Hello, welcome back. Today is another beautiful time to continue with our lesson as we talked last time, and we are going to focus mostly on making now accessibility of data to know who or what the Oscar Banda, what course is he taking. Chimwemwe, which course are there too, but which course exactly, and when did he register whatsoever. Those are the things that we want to know today on this particular session. But because of this session has 2 to 3 topics included, one of them is we are going to use mostly jQuery to do this particular work, but also we'll be introduced to the new way of creating attributes, custom attributes. So those are the things that will a little bit delay us, but we'll try to make sure that it's short to the point so that we can go with time. Yeah. So in HTML, for you to create your personal attribute, you need to use specific tag which is called data. So it starts with the data and the line, and then you do the rest of the thing, and that's the attribute we are going to use to add on the table, especially in the row, so that it can assist us to keep some information that we want, and from there we'll see how to go forward. And I think I've been seeing this mostly in different website. If you look at the source code, they use it mostly. So coming here, where is our source code, we're going to add that particular attribute, our personal attribute that we are going to add to the HTML code that we created. So we said we are going to add it on table, so we have to find where the table is for dashboard, which is here. My table is here. And so for me to add this, I need to find the tr, which is this one. Yeah, so I should add it on this particular part, so that after that whatever data is going to be kept there will be assisting me to go with that in the future. So how does it look like? You say you write data, you put that. After that, the next things are going to be yours. So you can choose how you write, whatever you write, but you should follow the rules. You can't write capital letter. It can't start with capital letter or have a capital letter. And also there's a couple of rules that you should follow in naming. But mostly if you keep it small letter alphabet only, you can never face a challenge. So for me, I will call this, because I will use this as a variable name in that way, so it will keep the ID of the student that is, or of the student that is currently being shown. So if we say here, we need to know exactly ID of Oscar Banda, because number 1 is not the ID of Oscar Banda. Number 1 is just for showing the ascending order of all the data in the table, so it doesn't have anything about related to the actual ID number of Oscar Banda. Alright, so I will call it, let me call it ID. I can call it that, or yeah, yes, let's call it ID. So let's call it ID, and after that, as normal attribute, you can add now values there. So in this case we need to do one more thing on our statement, because if you remember about the statement, we was getting few things. So we need to add SID, or we had it already. So we need to add SID, as because we need to get the student ID, so that that ID we can keep it right here. So one of another challenge is that, which is not a challenge as of now, let us keep it simple. So we have row and ID, so we need to get ID number 012. So we need to get it ID number 2. So instead of doing anything, I will copy this one here, and I will bring it inside here. That means whatever data is going to be giving me that particular ID. Okay, So after that will be, so another thing on the jQuery, you can turn any piece of the anything in the HTML to listen to it. When we talk about an event, it means that you are waiting, listen to see what the user has done on a specific part or on this whole page. And it can be so you just wait and you see what has happened. You remember we did one of the event last time when he was doing the notification. We said we wait for load, and then when it's done loading the page, then we can do the notify if the notification is there. So that's what we are going to do also today, to do a specific thing. So instead of doing on load today, we are going to listen to the clicks. If somebody will click on this button anywhere here, we should listen to that and also act accordingly. All right. So we have done that. I should change here, instead of 1 it has to be 2, because 0, 1 their name and the whatsoever, ID is on number 3. After that we go back to our code down here. So what we need to do on this part of the custom JavaScript, we need now to listen to the clicks of that particular row, and we need to do that as basic as that. We need to be listening. If somebody click on that, we need to know. So how are we going to do that? We are going to use a normal code of jQuery, and here we are going to listen to the table. But not only the table, let me see the table TR, what does it have? Yeah, it doesn't have anything. So we are going to listen to table, TR, but all TRs that has data ID, that's what we are going to be listening to. And here we are going to listen to click and function. Yeah, this is the JavaScript part. Now what we are going to do now is alert only, and here inside we are going to listen to get to that particular click. So this dot data. So the funny thing of data, it comes now as a method here, and you pass the custom value as the custom name that you have specified on top as a value this other side. So if everything here is working well, this means that we are going to be getting alert, which is saying about the ID that we have clicked. If everything is well set, if everything is set properly, this has to be working. But otherwise, yeah, we'll see as we go forward. Okay, so with this I will save, I will go back here, and I will reload my page. After reloading my page, I'm expecting to see ID, and they say Oscar Banda is number 1. I'm not sure. Let's see. Damian is number 4. Okay, so that's true because number 4 is not here. Let me see Eileen. Eileen ID is 11. So now we are having the listening capability of this particular table. The table now is reacting to our clicks, but that's not all, because if you look, it's not showing that it's clickable. So we need to do one more thing. We need to do a quick style, which a quick style at the top here that can guide let's do that. That can guide all the clicking to show us what we are doing. So what we say TR, but the tr with data, or the tr with data ID should be on the cursor part, it should be pointer. On the cursor part should be a pointer. So if we reload this, very well, and yep, so if we reload that, we are now seeing it's become clickable. It's showing that this is clickable. Can you see the pointer kind of? So this is good, this is good. So we are doing well, and we can continue with that. We can now go into another part of it. So when we click here, we get the ID, which is very good and well, and it's showing. When we click here, Dennis, we get the ID. So when you have the information, you can use it the way you want. When you get the information, now it's up to you on what work do you want to do with that particular information. All right, so let us stop here, and let us give you the chance to explore how you can deal with that. How can you deal with data? How can you deal with the manipulation of data? And now how can you add, because with this particular capability, now you can have a very simple look, but with all the information. We can even choose, instead of having a stress of taking things somewhere or somewhere, we can keep all the data here, but which is not the thing that we are going to do. But we can say, okay, according to what I think, let me put all the data in all the information in the data. We keep the ID, I keep the class, because all the information are coming, but we have selected what information to take. So I can keep the information for everyone, and then that will be done. But we're not going to do that as of now. Let us do the best way so that we can be able to go forward. Until next time, you are with me, Remy Gekwaya from Technolab, where technologies are being created. Remember to like, share, and comment. Thank you.